The city never slept, but nestled between the towering buildings and bustling streets by the city's ceaseless rhythm. This was a place where shadows lingered, and the air hung heavy with the scent of old paper and forgotten dreams. The cobblestones, worn smooth by time, whispered souls who had wandered this forgotten corner. And it was here in this haven of forgotten moments that a small clock shop stood, its window aglow with a warm, inviting light. It beckoned them closer, promising this pace of the city that never slept. Stepping across the threshold of the clock shop was like stepping into another world. The air inside was thick with the aroma of aged wood and polished brass. The shop was small, crammed from floor to ceiling with clocks of every imaginable shape and size. Grandfather clocks stood sentinel in the corners, their pendulums swaying with a hypnotic rhythm. Wall clocks ticked away the seconds, each tick a tiny heartbeat in the symphony of time. Here, in the heart of the city that never slept, time seemed to stand still. Behind a counter cluttered with delicate tools and half-assembled clockwork sat the shop's proprietor, Mr. Ambrose. His eyes, though crinkled with age, held a youthful spark, a hint of mischief that belied his years. He wore a worn but meticulously clean waistcoat, and a pair of spectacles perched precariously on the end of his nose. Mr. Ambrose moved with a slow, deliberate grace, his hands gnarled with age but surprisingly steady, working their magic on the intricate mechanisms of a particularly troublesome grandfather clock. He spoke little, but when he did, his words carried the weight of wisdom gleaned from a lifetime spent listening to the whispers of time. He understood that time was not merely a linear progression of seconds and minutes, but a tapestry woven from countless moments. And he knew that sometimes the greatest gift one could offer another was the time and space to confront their own internal clocks. Drew Emma in. The clock was small, crafted from dark wood and etched with silver filigree. Its face was simple, with no numbers, only a single hand that pointed eternally to the present moment. But it was the stillness of the clock that captivated Emma, the way it seemed to exist outside the relentless march of time. She reached out, her fingers hovering just above the glass dome that covered its face. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" Mr. Ambrose's voice startled her. "Not many people notice that one." Emma hesitated, then asked, "Why is it stopped?" Mr. Ambrose smiled, a knowing twinkle in his eye. "It hasn't stopped, child. It's simply paused, waiting." Dissolved into a shimmering haze.